Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And today we are here with another game show.
Yes. Yes, today we are doing a game show based off the fact that we have just celebrated my dog's birthday because she has been asking since Thanksgiving for a whole rotisserie chicken. Deboned, of course. So I bought a rotisserie chicken, and you should have seen the joy in her eye. So I decided
Couldn't wait for it to cool off.
Yes.
Well, she did wait for it to cool off, but she
didn't want to.
Did not want to.
So I thought I would go and do a what if you were having a birthday party and you invited some of the saints?
Mm-hmm.
So
Love it.
Aha! Beat you to it. I invite saints to all my birthday parties. Well, not all of them. There was a lot of them I had where I wouldn't have invited saints because, well, that wasn't really my tradition, my background.
all right. So like letting the guardian angels of your friends show up really isn't what we're discussing here, but okay.
Because you really don't have a choice. They do what they want.
They're incorporeal beings. You can't really put up a net.
Is there a spray I can use? No. All right.
Alright,
Birthday
so
party.
for each one of these, you're going to go with, like, one or maybe two answers, because it's just, out of the group of, like, this, theoretical party you're having, who's going to do each thing.
Okay.
So, the first one is, who is the person who is really into parties and wants you to have, like, party hats? Like, there's always the, here, wear this hat, and half the people are like, but there's one person who's like, yay. Who is that? Next one. Who makes age jokes? Now, as they're saints, and most of them, excluding like Saint Carlo, are way older than us. Even if they died as a child, it could be that in my life I was only this age, so you're older than me now on Earth. It could be you're super young compared to me because of how long I've been in heaven. Whichever way, they can call you young, they can call you old, but it's an age joke. I assume this will probably have a lot of saints who were also dads or brothers, because those are the ones who tend to make the most jokes.
Saintly dad jokes. Here we go.
Number 3, who's just here for the cake? They're being polite. They're like, okay, I was invited. As a saint, I should go. But really, cake and ice cream, I'm not pinning a tail on a donkey. Who? The gift was wrapped so beautifully, you don't want to, destroy the beautiful wrapping. And inversely, who just reused a gift bag that you possibly gave them at their birthday party? Or Christmas, and they're just like, what? It's Jesus' birthday. It's a birthday bag. Last one is, who gives you the weirdest gift that somehow fits? Not the person who gives you something and you're like, gee, thanks. But the one where it's like, this was not on my list, but this was what I wanted to have and didn't know it existed.
Mm-hmm.
So the best gift giver?
The best gift giver who's not just can read your list off of insert company here name.
But even if you've made a list, they would know.
They just go off list.
They would know the off list thing that suits the desire of your heart. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
I'm going to insist for this one that you cannot have Jesus be the saint.
Yeah, I think that's totally reasonable.
Even if under the technical, anyone of heaven is a saint argument, God is a saint. And now we'll do time. And I decided that I'm going to play along because I just made this list, so. Sadly, this one has no questions about punching things. So you're going to really have to work on your St. Moses.
No, I'm not.
You're like, St. Moses is like, I got you a knuckle sandwich. Which ironically was the best gift.
But I'm talking about St. Moses the more. We can dig it.
Him and St. Patrick planned a cage match for my honor.
Who was the one who chewed out the Pope for not coming back?
All the Catherines.
St. Catherine of Siena.
There we go. There you go.
Man up, Pope! Again, if you want to yell at the Pope, that's fine. Be as holy as she was.
Oh, no, I don't want to yell at them.
Not you. The hypothetical online interlocutor.
Okay. I'm good.
We are back. Possibly with some bonus stuff that we threw in the middle that became, shorts later on. With our picks, which again, each one, we got one, maybe two, because this is just a birthday party. We're not we're going to assume that, although we would theoretically invite all the saints, there's certain saints that it's like, listen, my house is only so big. I know most of you technically don't have bodies, but it's weird if you're not taking up space.
Nope. I imagined that this was a birthday I was celebrating in heaven.
Or this is a birthday taking place in the new heaven and the new earth.
This is what I'm saying.
We all have our bodies back.
This is what I'm saying.
So this is a beach party outside of the lake of beer on Mars.
Or somebody could have like a very small cottage that where you spend your time away from the lake of beer on Mars, and you can't entertain that many people there.
No, I'm now imagining that we put our name on like a little gazebo outside the lake of beer party.
Well, like if J.R.R. Tolkien is in heaven, you know that he's basically living in a hobbit hole
And talking about trees.
and reading all the books. Yes.
Yes.
And smoking his pipe.
Yes, even though realistically birthdays won't matter anymore there, I imagine this to be a birthday party in the new earth and in the new world, and
I presume that
the New Jerusalem.
You would either celebrate your conception day, which we'll know perfectly then.
I don't want to know that.
Because that's when you came into being, or you'll celebrate your birth into eternal life, your death day.
Yeah.
Which is usually when you're saying.
The baptism day, and
I do.
There's lots of days you can celebrate. I'm going to celebrate them all.
We'll be celebrating all the time. It's going to be great.
That the eternal life one might be weird, because if you go to purgatory, are you going to do like the earthly day you died, or like the earthly equivalent of when you actually made it to heaven, and then timey-wimeyness, which doesn't matter for this question.
Well, for the saints,
it's the same day, but
how does time pass in purgatory?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So
question number 1 was, who's the person who's going to be like definitely over the top for the party hats? They've got to have the funny things to wear and things like that. And for this one, I chose 2 people.
Okay.
I chose 2 people for all of them. But for this one, I chose Joan of Arc because she's a dresser-upper, and Saint Carlo, because he is also a dresser. He also likes to do costumes and things. So if there are funny hats for people to be wearing, these are the 2 people, in my opinion, who are going to be like, oh yes, I'm wearing that hat.
Okay, nice.
Possibly even to the point of, I might fight you for that hat.
All right. As I put in answers, having just wrote the questions and not thought about it really until hand. I went with St. Martha because, of course, she's going to be the perfect planner and everything needs to be exactly right. What are you doing sitting around? There's stuff to be done.
Jesus, tell her to help me.
It also, I went with a second on this of St. Matthew, based off of, even though I have not watched The Chosen, I do like the idea that you're arguing he's on the spectrum. So therefore, the rule is you have to wear party hats. Why are you not wearing party hats? Who are your choices, or choice?
I've gone with St. Vincent de Paul because the founder of the Daughters of Charity, and in the days before the Second Vatican Council, some of them had the most wild habits and giant winged hats. So when it comes to party hats, St. Vincent de Paul is where it's at.
All right. Our next question is, who is making jokes regarding your age? Either calling you old or young. It could be someone who died as a child who's calling you young because they've been, in eternal life for 5 centuries from now, and you're, thousands, hundreds of years younger, whatever. We will start with you to, go back and forth. So,
St. Dominic Savio died at age either 14 or 15. He was one of St. John Bosco's boys, and for a long time he was the youngest saint who was not a martyr. But, being a teenage boy, I'm confident he still has a puckish sense of humor.
See, I went with similar of St. Carlo, who I'm assuming is going to make a joke where I have to make him work the electronics for me because he is in all sense of the word younger than me and therefore better at electronics.
That is so wild.
He'll always be better at electronics than you.
True.
Who was your choice for the age joke?
Once again, I went with 2 because you said that we could have 1 or 2, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go with 2.
No problem with that.
So first off, I went with Saint Teresa because
Could you specify which one?
Because Calcutta.
Okay. Well,
Saint Teresa of Calcutta.
If you
My
just,
apologies.
If you just say Teresa, I think of Avila.
That's fair. That's fair. No,
you said Mother Teresa.
Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta. I went with her because, I don't know how long she lived, but let's be honest,
87.
She looked forever old.
She was 87.
Yeah, but she looked forever old.
Yes,
for the entirety of our life. For the entirety of our lives,
she was already old by the time any of us came of age, so we think of her as always looking like that.
Yeah. So I imagine she'd be making the jokes no matter how old I got. That I was still a young kid.
And super tall because she was like 4 foot nothing.
Yes, I'm a giant and I'm a child. And the other one I chose,
a giant toddler.
and the other one is Saint Lawrence because if somebody's going to be making a joke about you, it's going to be the patron saint of comedians
And grill masters.
and grill masters.
All right, so the next one is who is just here for the cake?
And since everybody else has gone first, and you've thrown yourself into it, who was just here for the cake?
All right, I'm going to go with A for I picked 2, Saint Jerome, because he's like, I have to go and do this. I could be translating something into Latin instead. What date is this? I forgot. Is this the right day even? And then a second, just because you said cake, so therefore he must show up, of St. Thomas Aquinas. Who I know was probably not fat by modern standards as much as he seems in the storyline.
But by mendicant standards.
You are a monk.
Who begs for a living.
That's eerie. I put them together on a completely different question.
Nice!
Alright, so who do you have here for the cake?
Here for the cake is Saint Moses, because he was a monk. He's very he had the very tough guy exterior, so he's not like into like
not a tough guy exterior. He was literally a tough guy.
But I'm saying, I imagine much like if John Shaft showed up at my party, he's not playing the party games. He's here. He's not really interested in the presents. He came here to get some cake.
He's not frivolous. No.
Maybe have a little punch or whatever the beverage is, and before the party's over, he's gonna have someplace else he's got to go.
Although if you have a pinata, he's gonna be all for that.
Yeah, and
then beat the crap out of him.
And then on that same note, St. Paul is probably gonna be there just for the cake. Because there's probably somebody out there that he needs to go and evangelize to.
So you got to get this over with.
Yeah. I said I was going to be here. I'm here. I'm going to have some cake. I'll stay for the presents. And then I got to go. Because have you heard about the church in Ephesus?
I got to give a 3-hour sermon that's going to bore some guy to death.
All right.
Literally happened in Acts.
Yep. So who do you have here for the cake?
I have Pope St. John Paul II. Because
he did like pastries.
He liked
an American chocolate drink.
An American chocolate drink. But his early life is so marked with deprivation, and yet he had such a joie de vivre. He was so alive, with the skiing and the hiking and the canoeing and the whatnot, that, he would just go to town on some cake.
All right. So our next question is, who wrapped the present very, very nice? So nice you're like, I don't want to unwrap it. It's too pretty as it is. Mm-hmm. We'll start back with you.
So first, I've got the person who the saint who, above all, understands the importance of the package of a gift. The Blessed Mother Mary. As the package of a gift, she intimately understands how to wrap a gift and get it just right.
Is she swaddling your present?
Possibly. The other one that I went with was I refer to him as the Great here, but Saint John Paul II.
Mm-hmm. The Great.
The Great. Because this was a guy this was a pope who saw like through to like the heart of a lot of things, right? You know, theology of the body. You know, he had really, really in-depth teachings regarding like workers and their fair treatment, things like that. He really understands like the essence of like a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So I think that when it comes to wrapping a gift, he's going to have like this knowledge of how to properly treat the wrapping as well as the gift. Mm-hmm.
I'm now just imagining that he got you a movie script for a story idea he wrote about Polish history, and it's just wrapped up in twine.
and I want to see it, and I want to see it through to production. I'm gonna. It's the theology of the wrapping.
Yep. All right. I kind of went similar with you in that my option was Mary under the title of Our Lady of Guadalupe, because she wrapped the roses so nice in the tilma.
Mm-hmm. Nicely done.
All right, who did you pick?
I'm the only one who did not pick our Blessed Mother, but I did go with St. John of Damascus, also known as St. John Damascene. Mm-hmm. He lived in Damascus at a time when it was ruled by the, I forget which caliphate, but this actually worked to his advantage because the Byzantines at the time were undergoing just crazy iconoclasm. So he was able to spend a lot of time writing on the theology of divine images and the importance of icons from the safety of the anti-icon Muslims when the Byzantines would just lost their friggin' minds.
All right.
So if anyone understands the importance of the exterior to lift our minds to the Lord, St. John of Damascus.
Mm. All right. So our next question is, who just regifted you a gift bag that for the wrapping paper that you probably already gave them?
St. Francis of Assisi. You shouldn't care about this stuff. You have bigger concerns than your silly present. You should probably get rid of it anyway. If possible, you should give up all your clothes and walk around naked. Here's your gift.
That was also my choice because, again, he doesn't have anything. He threw it all off, including the clothes he was wearing. So he found it and went, here you go. His gift is probably like...
a stick.
Yeah. A little, some flowers that he put together nicely. Mm-hmm. Maybe a bird that's going to, sing a little song and then fly off.
Sister Bird.
Yep.
Sister Bird.
Sister Bird is bringing you a present. So this is where I went and sort of mirrored yours in that I put together St. Thomas Aquinas and St. Jerome. And both of them are because, well, they've both got, in general, bigger fish that they are regularly frying.
I have heretics to defeat,
and so the notion
and anchovies to eat,
and that'll settle the Manichees.
So in all likelihood, they were the sort of birthday gift givers where they woke up one morning and looked at their calendar and said, "Oh, it's his birthday today."
All right.
Did you just pull those off your desk? I did.
Yes. And St. Thomas would have given me some writings, as would St. Jerome. This is the thing I've been working on here. Wait. What's this note on here that says, "Please proofread"? Yeah, if you could go ahead and let me know what you think on that, and get that back to me. So my gift from you is a thing you want me to do for you and give back to you?
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
Although, the thing about St. Jerome is...
St. Jerome won't ask for my notes. He will simply do it and be like, this is the thing now. You have to read this and you have to understand it and you have to accept it. It just is.
And there'll probably be a few insults in there and they're not really polite. Because, wow. He's a great hope for all of us. He was not the gentle saint. He was quite dyspeptic.
I was reading through the thing you gave me, and I noticed that
stupid?
The second paragraph on the third page, it seemed like a really offensive, offhanded slight against me. Yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that.
I mean, that's better than the St. Thomas's one. It's going to be a point and counterpoint and counterpoint. And you're going to be like, I don't even know if he hates me or loves me at this point.
This is why this is the greatest gift everyone has ever received. Now, others will claim that this is not the greatest gift, and here's the best argument for why it's not.
But
17 paragraphs later, this is in fact the greatest gift everyone could possibly give. Also, your birthday was 2 days ago.
Yeah. Which, of course, goes to the last one of gives you amazing gift you didn't even know that you wanted, and it's the best gift ever. And I think in our thing, I go first, and I picked the most obvious answer, that St. Christina the Astonishing is going to find something astonishing. It's in her name.
Or she'll tell you that you stink with the gift you need.
You had a thing on your list, and I thought about getting that for you, but it stunk of sin. So I got you this instead. Don't you just love it?
Gotta get St. Nicotas with that smell of, the fragrance of saintliness.
Well, I went with, I believe it's St. Zélie Martin,
Nice.
St. Teresa's mom.
Yeah.
She's mom to multiple saints. I mean, she's gonna know how to pick out just the right thing.
And her daughter would just give you a bunch of roses.
The daughter would give me just a bunch of roses.
It's always great, but it's kind of predictable.
And then the other one was St. Catherine of Siena, because she may know she's gonna know what I want, but at the same time, based on her history, she's gonna know what I need, even if it's the thing I don't want, and she's not going to hesitate to tell me.
In charity.
In Italian.
In medieval Italian, so who knows what the heck that was.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Rome! Go back to Rome!
You seem really intent on this message, but
Man up, Nate.
Good, you brought a translator. Oh wait, the translator's translating to Latin. That does not help.
it'll help a little bit. My conversational Latin isn't great, but I mean it's better than my conversational medieval Italian.
I vaguely remember how to say the mule doesn't like the horses. Also churchy words.
Anything for religiousy purposes?
Yes. All right. So who is your pick? Who brought you a great gift?
Who knows how to gift you?
Saint Paul VI.
Okay.
In 1968, he released his last encyclical, Humanae Vitae, and everyone hated it. But it's exactly what we actually needed, and we've been paying the price ever since for not listening to him. Paul VI.
All right.
He knows what you need, even if it's not what you want.
All right. So here are our picks for saints at a birthday party.
Woo! Birthday party.
Go down below and put
let us know about your saints for a birthday party.
So remember, somebody brought the party hats. Saint's gonna tell all the age jokes. Someone's gonna be totally focused on the cake.
They're not here for your birthday. They're here for your birthday cake.
Whose present is exquisitely wrapped. Who just threw your present into a reused gift bag. And who is the saint who gave you the weirdest and yet most appropriate gift? Comment below.
Yep. And while you're down there, hit subscribe, like, the bell, all those things. Until next time.
Remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.